Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this program, The Good Governance Hour. And today we're going to be having so much critical talks to talk about in the studio today on this program, The Good Governance Hour. My name is Professor David Udeman. And today we have two special guests who are going to be discussing a lot of issues with us on this Good Governance Hour and give us some analysis of today's happenings in around the state of the politics of the day. We have on my left-hand side, my far right, is Comrade Christopher Ogoji. He's a zonal youth rep in Abia State and Abia South for the All Farmers Association of Nigeria, Afan. Welcome to today's program, Comrade Christopher. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Welcome to this program.
Thank you so much.
You look good.
Thank you.
So much fresh farm food.
Yes.
Welcome to this program.
Thank you.
And on my nearest left is one special woman that has been able to change the effective time with her position of office and has been able to also give discreet services to the people. She's not the person that Lady Gift Obona. She is the state chairman of Farmers Association of Nigeria, Afan. Welcome to today's program, Lady Gift Obona.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're heading from. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad to be with you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Now let's start with you, Lady Gift Obona. Now, the All Farmers Association of Nigeria, we have known it has been an agency, a an NGO, a non-government organization that have been in existence. Now, in times past, how has this NGO been able to fare in the area of productivity of agricultural produce to the people? Because we've not had, much good, or not much. Let me not use the word good. We've not had much activities about this organization in the state in the past time until your recent time when you came. So what has happened in time past? Were they in the blues?
Thank you very much, Prof. All Farmers Association of Nigeria, Abia State chapter, to be precise, because since the 1999, Afan has been in existence, and there have been a lot of activities, both in the past in Abia State, where we had the first pioneer chairman of All Farmers Association in the person of Honorable Chief Israel Amanze, who took the mantle of leadership, and there was a lot of transformation in the state. And the present location where the Afan has about to situate their secretariat in Abia State was really, he was the one under his administration leadership, was the one that acquired that property. So Afan has been in existence in Abia State. It's just that maybe you say that you have not even seen it in this kind.
Because we've not seen much of the activities in the state from the farm. You know, we were longing to see where we said that Abia has this kind of produce coming up from Abia State, and this kind of product, this kind of services, and this vast span, in the state and outside the shores of the nation. And we're just getting to hear much about this likeness just of recent. So with this, when you came up to, you took over the mantle of leadership recently, we can have pictures of where you were inaugurated and you were given the certificate of return as the member of, as being the state chairman. Now, when you took over power, what were your prospects, manifesto? What was your agenda? What was your vision? What was your take of what you wanted to achieve? Because we are beginning to see some viable change, especially in the area of agriculture. Because in the time past, like I used to say, like when we had cooperatives, where there were grants, fertilizers were given to maybe people, will I say, who knows who, you understand, to get the fertilizers and those grants. But right now we're seeing some vast people, some vast, incredible impactations to farmers. How did it really span out? How was your networking base of initiative created to the state?
Well, thank you very much. Like you rightly said, and you have rightly observed, which all the residents in Abia State and the Abians worldwide, they have noticed that there is a change of government. And since the inception of His Excellency, our able governor, His Excellency Dr. L.S. Choma Oti came into power, you have seen the transformation.
Yeah.
And good 18 Afan have aligned with the new governor's
criteria.
Yes.
That were set aside
Exactly.
by the electoral committee.
Exactly.
And then you were able to pass that screening test.
Exactly.
Now, like I just said, in your forthcoming, when you had assumed office, now what has been your major goals? What has been your activities that you have been able to achieve, especially in this present dispensation of His Excellency Dr. Alex Chomoti? How far have you people gone? Because Abians are still saying, yes, we're beginning to see a little, light of what your services are, your agency is giving. So how far have you really gone? And how far are you still yet to go?
Like you have rightly seen, the first job we had to do is to reorient our people. There is a problem of mindset. That was what has kept us in the past, because the majority of people who are farmers in Afan State, they are smallholder farmers.
Okay.
We don't have commercial farmers here. So in the past, Afan State has been looked at as people who are not into farming as per se business, that we are traders and maybe civil servants. But this time around, when we now came in, we understand we wanted to change the narrative.
Okay.
So what we did was to go out for training, capacity building. That's the first. So you have to let the people know that agriculture is a business. Okay. It's not as usual. Do you understand? Okay. So when you want to go into any business, you have to know the nitty-gritties. You have to go. So by that, we were able to write to the National Research Institute, National Root Crop Research Institute here. No, we are blessed to have, and it's the biggest research institute as long as root and tubers is concerned in the whole of Africa. Okay. Yes. So we are able to partner with them on training on how to do it right. You have the best agricultural practices. Okay. There's a way you will do it, you get it right. Because when we are talking about profit, we're not talking about business, you're talking about profitability. Exactly. And how do you go about it? There is a way to do it better. And then Afan State is blessed to have that research institute. Afan State have the soil, we have the farm, we have what it takes to even feed Nigeria and feed Africa. Nigeria, wow. Yes, I'm telling you. Wow. And the good thing is that most of the export crops you know about, all of them, they do very well in Afan State. Wow. Then we collaborated with National Cereal Research Institute. Okay. They have an station in Amakama here. Okay. So we're able to know because they have their mandate crops. They are excellent crops that are for exports. They have soybeans, which is part of is a major raw material for feed production. Because if you look in the past, what farmers have been suffering, the poultry farmers, the piggery farmers, in terms of feed production. So we have been looking at why do we keep importing? Since we can have an alternative for feed production. So we'll be able to go into those training with these institutions. What do you want to achieve? We want to get our people acquainted. These crops can grow here. This is the way we can do it. So after the training, we were able to get clusters, even though it was not much, because it's an NGO operating in our own capacity. But we were able to establish some demonstration farms. We did in they train on both production and the processing and value addition aspect of their root crops. When I talk about root crops, I'm talking about cassava, yam, cocoyam, sweet potato, ginger, turmeric, and taro. Those are their.
Now, you've really given us so much enlightenment. Like, with this kind of products you've just talked about, how has the farmers been beneficiaries to getting these clusters you talked about? Because we've always had issues where agencies will come out aligning with the government, and the next thing when they are given such opportunity to maybe disburse fertilizers and clusters to these farmers, some certain set of people get it only to themselves. It does not, the grassroots farmers do not have this opportunity to get this. They still struggle. And sometimes they pay heavy amount of money as a means to get these things. So how can you, I mean, with your own agency, what is the means of trying to ensure that these clusters get to the grassroots farmers? And also, at what rate, minimum rate, can they be able to get it? Because if we must build a nation, the grassroots farmers, who are the minority farmers or the minimal farmers, should be able to get these things, products at a very minimal from your agency. So when they produce these crops or these products, they can be able to sell, get returns. We know we are building a nation. So how can this really be done? Because in the past we've had so much issues. Now you're coming. How can there be a difference, a change in this particular situation?
Well, thank you very much. I think that's part of the reason why we are here.
Okay.
You know, we are creating awareness. When we talk about awareness, it's not because we are like Afan. We are in all the 184 wards.
Okay.
Of the state.
Okay.
So what are we trying to achieve? And those awards, we want to get the people, because in the past when you talk about cooperative, some people they feel that maybe you want to go and get a cooperative, they register cooperative, go and access this thing. So anybody can go and register cooperative, but no, because Afan as an umbrella body, we are here when it comes to monitoring and evaluation. We are here. So what do we do? So that's the area where, you know, we cannot work in isolation.
Okay.
We cannot work without the government.
Okay.
And without the Ministry of Agriculture, who is the overseeing ministry.
Okay.
Of the farmers.
Okay.
So what do we do? The clusters we are talking about, clusters of people who produce a particular commodity, should be in one cooperative.
Okay.
It's easier to get to, even when it comes to labor.
Okay.
The cost of labor. Because the challenge the farmers are having, what are the challenges they have? Is the cost of production.
Okay.
The cost of labor.
Okay.
Is very, very costly.
Quite very costly.
Then when you're talking about land ownership too,
yes,
is part of it. Then you're talking about finance, is part of it. But how do you make it easier? It's for these people to come as a group, get a cluster, because when you have, because we know in this some parts like Abia North, to be precise, they normally do shifting because they have lots of land. So what do we do? Get this cluster. When it comes to easier to access a machine. We're talking about mechanization. Okay. Because for us to have that produce,
yes,
production that will be in abundance, in high demand. Yes. So what we need? We need these people to do it in a cluster, where to come out. Then the input is another area where the government is coming, because the cost of input is high.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Comrade Christopher Ugoji, he's the zonal youth representing Abia South. Now, they say the youth are the pillar of the nation. Now, being the pillars, and then from what the chairman has said, that they are trying to do everything, orientate the people. How are you also, in your own feet, trying to ensure that you give good orientations to the youth? Because a lot of youths have lost the luster of agricultural activities. They feel they should be able to go to one way or the other to be able to do businesses and to be able to thrive. How have you been able to reach out to these youths to ensure that they be able to get, that mindset of perfect orientation? Because we've not been seeing the youth do much of agricultural activities. It's more of the elderly ones and the middle-aged people that are going to it. So what is your aim, being the zonal youth, to ensure that your people from your own particular side, not just your side, especially, in Abia, be able to get involved in agricultural activities and really expand their knowledge and be able to get profit, not just for the state and also for the people of large?
Thank you. I like your question, because you are looking at how to make agriculture attractive to the youth. First of all, you have to discourage subsistence agriculture. Because over here, I've lived in the north. Farming is done on a large scale and on a commercial basis. But over here, people plant at their backyard or in a plot of land or two, basically to feed their family or maybe to have a little leftover to sell. If you make agriculture a commercial venture, youth will be interested, because in a commercial agriculture is where you have revenue, is where you have income. But agriculture is not practiced over here. So what we are trying to do is to encourage the youths to come closer and encourage the people to build clusters, to locate areas where agriculture can be done on a large scale.
How many times, like we've not recently, we are yet to see youths, like when you have youths doing some produce in the farm, and they said this young man did this. It was, those days we used to have SAGs, the young bank SAs, and we are yet to see this.
Some of those things, the youths are not interested. You know that some of those things were produced on the subsistence basis.
Okay.
So we are making effort now to bring youths together. And inside the interiors, the other day we were at Iwere. The women gathered, the men gathered. Myself, I was there, scanning through. Where are the youths? The youths are not interested. Hence, it is done as something that is let's produce and survive and eat and survive. But the average, you and I know that average youth wants to have money in his pocket. Okay. He wants to make money. Now, our madam was suggesting to them over there, come together, find a large span of land where you can do mechanized farming.
Okay.
If you don't mix agriculture with mechanization, with science, you are not going backward. You can't be doing farming where you are using hoe and using machete and using a shovel to farm at this time and believe that you are going forward when the world have moved far. People that produce in other climes with mechanized farming will compete with your products, and then their products will be way cheaper, even though they have imported it from far away. Why? They use subsistence production. They use subsistence agriculture. They use mechanized agriculture in a commercial scale to produce. Okay. So what we are doing is collaborate with the government, collaborate with these youths, you know that the government cannot give tractor, for instance, if you have 2 plots of land, if you have 5 plots of land. But if you come together and say you have, say, 10 acres of land or 5 acres of land where you want to do, we can collaborate with the government and say, okay, give these people tractor so that they can till their land, so that they can plant.
But have there been any campaigns you have done recently, like especially campaigns on youth and agricultural development processes or seminars that should be able to enlighten these people more? Because like if you're talking about the mechanical facilitation, now are there facilities yet on ground? Because if you are telling these youths they want to see some, you understand, on ground facilities, are there facilities on ground? And if yes, are there avenues of these youths trying to, being able to get these facilities that can ensure them to be able to do these agricultural works effectively? Because what they want to do is, a youth wants to have a means of getting this, and also a means of ensuring that they get this done, and there will also be continuous support, and they also continue to give back the feedback of profit and productivity. Do we have these facilities?
They work.
Are there alignments?
Yes, the work our chairman is doing right now is something that the youth will be attracted in.
Okay.
Because before now, they are not attracted. But I believe that we've been going from community to community. The other time we were also in Ohafia, in Igbere.
Okay.
This is a cascading actions that will lead to results so that they can see it. Now it's not attractive, believe me. It's not attractive. If you go to your farm and you have 200 birds, for instance, as poultry, a young man will calculate in his head and say, how much can you make out of this? But with the way we are bringing people and with the type of projects and the functions we are going to organize, things we are organizing, they will be interested.
Okay, let me give the one now. Let's come back to you. We've been talking about this issue of agricultural produce. Recently, we've had times when goods or produce are always chemically produced. So how have you been, your agency, have you been able to curtail this issue? Because go with the days we used to have the natural grown produce. You understand? And when people eat, we eat natural fresh foods. Now, have you been able to curb this issue of this chemically processed food or chemically produced agricultural produce? Because I know the last time we were able to talk about organic fertilizers. How effective are these fertilizers? I mean, in the course of the agricultural usage.
All right, thank you very much. Like he said, we are a lot of things are on ground, and very soon, because we believe in the result, because we have a result-oriented governor, and that we are following his footsteps, and that's what exactly we are doing. We have a lot of underground work doing, because when you're talking about organic fertilizer, you ask yourself back, because like I said the advocacy we are carrying about, we are the sensitization that is going on. We want to bring people back to our local knowledge. How were our grandparents, how were they cultivating? Were they using, before the inception of this MPK? What were they using? It was compost manure. It was pure organic, and we were healthy. There was no this outbreak of sickness and diseases. We are not much there. Why? Because what we eat, it reflects, and we are what we eat. So what are we doing? So this integrated farming system that we want to establish. So because we are talking about agricultural value chain, because when you are doing piggery, the piggery waste is a manure.
Okay.
The chicken waste is a manure.
Okay.
The fish pond, the water, the residual water we are removing from the fish is a manure. So what do we want to do? So when this integrated farming system, because that's why I said it has taken us time to give that orientation, we do that training. So a lot of people have gotten to understand. Like, well, let me come back a bit. When you're talking about the youth, when you're talking about smart agriculture, we are talking about climate resilient agriculture. That is where we are. That's where the world is going to. Is already in, even though we are a little bit backward. So, and some of this farm has been established in Nigeria here. Like last year, we sent some of our youth. They went to Ogun State at the Soilless lab. They went for training there.
Okay.
So what are they going to do? They want to establish where we are talking about hydroponics, where farms can be established without touching the soil. Okay. So that our young ones will be, want to make, when the president said last time, the president of the Federation of Nigeria, His Excellency, he said that we were talking about making agriculture sexy. And how do you make agriculture sexy? We want to bring agriculture out from the norm that we used to know.
Okay.
So, and our attitude to embrace, being able to embrace this new technology. It's not easy to transit.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
I don't want to go into a lot of stories because of the time we have. A lot of our parents, to adapt to this new technology, they're talking about technology.
Exactly.
That's where we are. So how can these people come in? Even though that is cost effective, based on establishing greenhouse, because this soil you're talking about is going to cost money, but we want to, very soon we are going to establish our own.
Okay.
Yes, because what we did was to get these younger ones between the age of 18 to 35.
Okay.
That was what they requested for. So they went there. Okay. They are back here. They are going to tell other youth.
Okay.
Very soon, before the end of next month, we are going to, maybe your people will come and they cover the training. We are going to train other people. Then why we say they should come into a cluster, so we'll be able to access credits for this project.
Okay.
It's not because the youth, we have a particular set of youth who are into processing. They are adding value to cocoyam. They are adding value to cassava. They are processing ginger powder, turmeric powder, even though it is not up to the export standard.
Yeah.
So we are trying to have an understanding with some of these partners, off-takers, people who aggregate some of these products, and even if it's possible to be able to export this program. So what are the standards? What are the requirements of each of these countries? How do we get, so that when our people, when they are going into this value addition, because the youth, they are more interested in that value addition.
Yeah.
Yes, they are into the processing. We have a lot of them, but the finance is an issue. So we told them to get yourself as a group in the cluster. Bring your business plan.
Now, you just talked of something that really is mind striking, the issue of finance.
Yes.
Now, the agency is strongly aligned with the government of the day.
Yes.
Is the government not doing anything in support of the All Farmers Association of Nigeria to ensure that they be able to grow productivity of agricultural products in the state, because we expected that agencies like you, working hand in hand with the government, should be giving so much support. Are there no support coming from the government of Dr. Alex Chimoti to ensure that this agricultural produce and profitization in agriculture thrives in the state and also in the nation and the world at large?
Thank you very much. I believe what you are trying to say is if there is no support based on this present government on this agricultural
Yes.
Production
Exactly.
and activity. So the truth of the matter is this: in the past, what we have witnessed in the state, what I believe, His Excellency is ready. He is ready, because if he's not ready, he wouldn't have been able to send. There are some people that were sent to Nasarawa last 2 years.
Okay.
Almost 300 persons that were sent for training in different agricultural value chain,
Okay.
which he has empowered.
Okay.
He had done that. Then, when it comes to database, because there's no way you will work, empower any people, any set of people without data.
Okay.
The state government, he had tried to support that, to make sure that there is a database. Who are the people who are going to be beneficiaries of this?
Have there been any proposal from the agency proposing for mechanized facilitation of of the agricultural sector, trying to ensure that the government, because they are the ones that they are the bane that should bring these facilities to you people, so that they can be able to, it can be reached out to farmers who are beneficiaries, even to the grassroots farmers. Has there been no support? Has there been an alignment? Has there been proposals by your agency to ensure that you are aligning these things, that, okay, we want the government to help us in facilitation of this, organic materials, grants that can be able to help maybe the farmers to get clusters? Has there been this proposal? Have there been meetings to this effect?
There has been efforts.
Okay.
There has been moves.
So there has been
it.
positive.
The last time we were invited at Omaha by the Commissioner of Trade in other states, he stopped so that there will be incentives to farmers. She was really concerned about the way forward to really bring all these incentives and benefits from government closer home. And we believe that with that move, more will come to the farmers. We believe that this government is interested in agriculture.
Okay.
See, subsequently, what I want to tell you now, that His Excellency will want to see something on ground
before he can.
Yes, that is what every government should do. Because in the past, we have seen people who have disguised themselves, trying to be what they are not. So I believe His Excellency, with what we are having on ground, and like he just rightly said, and the proposal that is coming up front, so this farming season, you are going to witness a lot of partnership and support from His Excellency. I believe so, yes. So, but we have to organize ourselves first. That is what we have been doing, and by so doing, and as time goes on, I think by next month, this month that we're entering tomorrow, I think we are going to have that.
The Ministry of Agriculture, are they really giving so much support to the agency, especially from the Commissioner of Agriculture? Because we've always had times when commissioners of agriculture have always been a face-off with the agency, with non-governmental organizations, trying to ensure that they have, you understand, a cohesive understanding of making some agricultural change. Has there been a strong alignment between your commissioner, the Commissioner of Agriculture in Abia State, and your agency to ensure that the agricultural productivity thrives in Abia State? Because this is the bane, because everyone wants to see realities.
The issue, I wouldn't want to go into that now, okay, because the issue of what we are just saying, when you're talking about bridging the gap between the farmers and the ministry is large, and what all the farming activities is large. When we talk about agriculture is large. He is trying his best as a commissioner. That's what we wouldn't want to come and discuss here. But Afan is a non-governmental organization, so we have our programs. When we now bring it up, and then we say that when we are ready, we are doing our, like I said, we are doing our own.
Your own bit of work.
Yes, we are to support what His Excellency is doing in our own part. The man will not be everywhere. We are doing our bit. But when it comes to the ministry, we have a good relationship with the director of agriculture, who has been big support to us. We have the ADP program manager, Dr. Okolonlaya, who has been. They are the one that trained me. It was ADP that was the one that was gave us the. When we talk about training and capacity extension services, it comes from. There is a collaboration between them, and we have a serious collaboration with the head of Department of Agriculture in the local government, because they are the people closer to the farmers. So we have that collaboration, and we are working things out. And like I said, sometime we are going to have a summit, agricultural summit, where all these agencies, people, agricultural stakeholders, because there has to be a way forward. So we are going to, by God's grace, the proposal is ready. We are going to have one of the best.
So your agency right now, what is the plan focus? The rating of the plan focus? Is it a long-term or short-term plan? Because are we going to see, even after His Excellency's reign in power, you understand, is this organization going to be a continuity? Is there going to be a continuity of this organization come subsequently other administrations? Because we know that agriculture is the bane of every nation and the productivity. So what are you looking at? Short term, within this period of the administration of His Excellency, Dr. Alex Chimoti, or a long term, maybe after his reign or after his tenures of leadership? Are you still going to be there? There's a continuity for it.
Agriculture is the first profession that God created before He brought man. He asked the man to come and dress it. That's the profession. Before the boom of oil, it was agriculture that was sustaining the nation. So now it is a wise thing for the whole world. Is globally the whole world is going back to that our source. So agriculture will continue even after His Excellency. But there is a legacy which He has laid on ground, which is still laying on ground, that is going to outlive. That is going to outlive.
And your agency is public?
Yes, because we want to. Like I don't know much because of the timing. Because we are talking about storage, preservation, and there's a lot of things we have to talk about. Because we're talking about seed bank. Because part of our agency want to establish. We are going to establish with a partnership with His Excellency a seed bank, because that is the challenge. You know, when we're talking about that, I don't want us to go into the GMO stuff, but we have every reason to preserve seed.
Okay.
In other words, we have every reason to have a storage facility, a warehouse here where we can store stuff, because some of the challenges farmers have when the particular commodity is in season, it goes into wastage. How do we curtail this wastage?
Thank you so much. When we return from this program, we'll go on a short commercial break. When we return, we will continue. We will come back with Comrade Christopher Goji. Ask him, what about the Youth Life program for agriculture productivity? When we return, please stay tuned to your program and don't leave the set. I'm still Professor David Udoma for Living Television Global Communication. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the program on the Good Governance Hour with Professor David Udoma. We have been talking special issues on the issue of agriculture in our state. And we have two special guests, representative of non-governmental organization, the All Farmers Association of Nigeria, the chairman herself, Lady Gift Bono, and also the zonal representative of Abia South, Comrade Christopher Goji, also with us in the studio. Comrade Christopher, the Youth Life program of the agricultural seminar. What is the focus of this forthcoming event you are planning, your organization is planning? Because we've had times where the youth want to come to program, what they're after is for materialism. Are we having programs that is going to make them, engage them in activities? I was talking about having youths who are going to be having, we come and say, we have youths who, having farmlands that are able to produce 5,000 tubers of yams. You understand? We have a new factory or a rice factory or a rice production, and this is coming from the youth of the system. Are there grounds, especially orientation programs geared at ensuring that every youth, if not every, that the youths get engaged in activities that can be able to spawn the agricultural activities and productions in the state. That can be able to bring profit. You know that agriculture is a very, good sector of profitization in the system. What is the aim of your program and seminars that you are actually trying to drive?
Thank you. Thank you. You mentioned that the youth like fun, things that will make them happier. The youth wants something that is mobile, not something that is boring.
Okay.
So we have factored all that in our forthcoming program that will be later in the year, a program that we call Agricultural Business Success and the Green Groove. It's a groove. So we want to mix agri-business success, harvest, and some type of fun. So some of our members who are cultivating different products from different areas, who have harvested, will come around. There will be food fests, a kind of food fest where people will bring their harvest, people that are doing chicken, people that are doing beef, people that are doing pork meat. That will be after the business seminars. So after the seminar, there will be fun. So that this fun will attract the youth. They will come and see that there are already youths that are doing agriculture and they are making it. There are youths that have rice farms, rice milling plants. There are youths that have large scale.
But we get to see this, right?
They are not seeing them, but we want to bring them to this upcoming program, okay, so that they can see. So
how can your agency be able to project this kind of?
If you're a young man out there,
okay,
keep your watch on Afan. We have Afan Abia State chapter website. Go to Afan Abia State chapter website, www.afanabiastate.com. You go there and keep a watch on this upcoming program, so that you will see for yourself that there are youths already doing well in agriculture, that are having agricultural business success.
What are your prospective plan in building the youths, especially giving them the required trainings, technical trainings, and like sending them to not just within the states, maybe outside the shores of the country, that can be able to build them up with other countries that have good agricultural services that has really spanned well and their productivity and profitization is high. What have you really done? What's your organization doing to ensure that
you had my chairman talk about 300 youths that have been sent to Ogun State to training. That program was part of that to train them, and there will be retraining. They have gone out a few number of them, though 300 is not a few, but they have gone out there to be trained. Now, what we want to do is for them to retrain other people. That talk is in place, so that they will retrain other people on modern agricultural practices over here in Abia State. Abia State is a good place for agriculture. Abia State is a very good place. We are looking at the Southeast Development, what do we call it? The Southeast Development Plan. That Southeast Development Plan will involve food sufficiency. Food sufficiency, whereby we will look at a Southeast where we will not import our food. We produce our food here. Now, if we produce our food here, the money will go into someone's pockets. So if you are talking to a youth about the future, where there will be Southeast food sustenance, food sufficiency, the food comes from Abia State. You can produce rice. You can produce cassava for garri. You can produce beans here. All these things can be produced there, so that we will not be importing them. If you see tomatoes and peppers and onions moving from far north to the east, that is our money going away. Anytime you see it, know that some money have gone to that place. Okay. If you capture the production here, the money will stay here.
Okay, let me give to Bona. Let's come back to you. Let's come back to the state in Abia. We know that we've not heard so much about what the production of agricultural produce from Abia. Right now in your dispensation, have we been able to get productions, things that are visible? Are there your products in the market? Are they making sales? Like we have in the north have the rice, what are they called, factories, and they produce rice, and it's going viral. It goes all over. They have millets. They have everything. Are we also seeing such in Abia, where we also have our own kind of production? Like the last time I saw His Excellency sign a contract of a palm oil contract with a company, with an agency. Is this going to really thrive? And you see us having our own kind of produce and product, and the produce that is going to last for a long time, going to be long-term production and activities, because we are yet to see what you have produced. Maybe you need to tell us, I mean, what you have come, and then let's see if it's available, and then let's give it a try.
Prof, are you sure? Are you sure that you have not seen? Okay, to be precise, that last year, March 28th and to 30th of March last year, the first training that we embarked on was tomato, pepper, and onion value chain training, and you can witness to what happened in tomato and pepper production last year.
Okay.
I don't think you would during the last Xmas or celebration period, you will now say that there was no tomatoes here. Our tomato from Abia State was part of that tomatoes. So what do we intend to achieve? Even the tomato seed, the improved seed that was planted, that was Cobra, because we partnered with Professor Joel Omeke. He's a soil scientist.
Okay.
And he's well versed as long as tomato and pepper is concerned. Because if you say you are not seeing anything, you can see. Okay, let's start from cucumber. Okay. How many cucumber are coming in from the north? So what we want to achieve is that by the end of this year, less tomatoes will be coming in from the north. I assure you that, because a lot of farmers will practice it. You know, it's a new technology, it's a new plant crop to most of our farmers.
Yeah.
Now a lot of people practiced in a little way. Some now saw they can benefit from that tomato production. So a lot of people are going into large scale production of tomatoes this year. Okay. So tomatoes and pepper. So counting that by end of this year, you will see it coming in abundance.
The strength of the soil texture. Can you be able to tell us, because we've seen that Southeast has not had the best of the soil textures that are used to produce or get this products produced.
We have, because as research is ongoing, you know, they are producing climate resilient seedling. That's what we are talking about, improved varieties. It's not that our own is not producing, but as the climate, we're talking about climate smart agriculture. You see the weather, everything is changing. So the seed, the researchers, they are still working towards that. So some of the varieties that are out here have been able to resist. Like I told you, like the tomatoes. In the past, what the tomato used to have is the one that had lots of water.
Yeah.
But this particular cobra that we planted last year, if you keep it under normal room temperature, it will last 3 months without spoilage. You understand? The shelf life has increased. So that's the essence of the improved seedlings. And then what we do, the part of the training we are giving to the farmers is, so why we establish those demonstration farms is for them to see, so that they will now be able to embrace this one. Because some people, they will tell you, the other one is okay, but when you want to talk about commercial, making profit, this one, the yield is high, the resistance to disease is high. You don't have much loss, because you know it takes a lot to do tomatoes, and tomatoes they are queen. They need a lot of pampering. So it's not something that you do carelessly. When you do, because you're used to do, you plant cassava, you go back to your house. You wait till 2 or 3 months. Some people, you allow, some people are, but you take care when it comes to these vegetables. So when we talk about the vegetable production and the extension of their shelf life, we're talking about improved seedling, and that's part of the training we are getting. Then another thing, when we talk about chemical fertilizer, most of these vegetables, they don't require chemical fertilizers. So good 18, like he said, you know, we have this cowpea, odudu. We have this African yam bean, African black bean, odudu, akede. They do very well. They are nitrogen fixers. So equipping and enlightening the farmers, telling them on the kind of fertilizer they can apply is paramount to the production, to the soil health. What do we do? These legumes, they call them legumes.
Yeah.
They are nitrogen fixers. Some of them, when you plant them, you don't even need nitrogen. So when somebody comes to bring a fertilizer that has a 20, 10, 10 component, 20 is talking about 20 nitrogen, 10 phosphorus and potassium. Their soil doesn't need that much of nitrogen because the crop they are planting. Because if you go to most of these farms in the local area, you see them intercropping.
Exactly.
And so you have enough nitrogen already. So by applying 20-10-10, you are stressing. Yes, when you eat excessively, exactly. You know what the effect of it. So we are trying to tell them you don't need some of these areas, or if you are planting this particular, you don't need this kind of fertilizer. The type of fertilizer is why the Federal Ministry of Agriculture last year they approved 15-15. That's the original. That one at least somehow
can be able to
it will moderate the system. So for people who really wants to use the NPK, but we are advocating for organic.
Okay.
But when it comes to vegetables, to avoid for the shelf life to last a bit, I'm not a scientist. Let me not. I'm a farmer. So, but you don't need much of this chemical fertilizer.
Okay.
And for us to be able to also get our produce out of this country, we don't even need the chemical.
Okay, now I'll come to you with this question. We've had farmers who have always wanted to get some of these produce or clusters or fertilizers to themselves, especially the grassroots farmers. What is your agency doing to ensure that the grassroots person, the grassroots farmer can be able to have an easy purchase? Because some of them still struggle. We see some, and many of them, especially the grassroots farmers, are willing, having this zeal to ensure that they do farm, product activities. So what is your agency doing to ensure that they get most of these things to them, and also ensure that they give them room for grants so that they can be able to get some financial aid or assistance that can enable them get these clusters? Because we have always seen in the time past that when such things comes out, only a few set of people who are not even farmers will get these things to themselves, and they sell back to these farmers at another rate. So how do we kill this, curb this menace, and ensure that the right farmers, the right people who need this thing, who are expected to get it and utilize it and be able to give us more productivities of agricultural produce and profits to the system?
That is why we are here now, because when we talk about this cluster, we want to do, when we establish this cluster, and we want to let whoever that is in charge, like you say, whoever is in charge of these distributions, we want to make ourselves known. We have a cluster here.
Okay.
Do you understand? We have a cluster. This is what we need, because we are making arrangements with some of our development partners for an off-taker arrangements.
Okay. Okay.
So we have off-takers in cassava.
Okay.
We have some companies who are into odorless flour,
okay,
who are into other productions. They are interested in our cassava.
Okay.
They are interested in. We have off-takers in rice.
Okay.
We have off-takers for ginger.
Okay.
We have off-takers for cocoyam.
Okay.
As I'm talking to you, we have off-takers for odudu. Okay. As I'm talking to you,
okay,
but we don't even have much that we can even export.
Okay.
How many are we producing? Right now, we have off-takers for even oil. Good oil palm, because Abia State has the best oil.
And why we're not seeing it? Why there are no facilitations of this?
Do you understand? Yeah. So what are we doing with partnership with the Ministry of Trade? This we want to aggregate some of this, because the problem we have when you are asking how many apples, how many tons of cassava are we producing in Abia State? We don't know, because there is no record.
No.
So part of the training is to ensure that the farmers they keep record.
Okay.
When you keep record of, that is the only way for you to do a business.
Yeah.
When you keep this record of your production, both from clearing, like me, I've started my own clearing now. Okay. You start recording from your clearing how many bundles. So like some people now, when you ask them how many bundles of cassava that can go into 1 hectare or 2 hectares, some of them they don't know.
Okay. So how do we get?
Do you understand? Yes, that is why. What do we do? We have taken this training down to the
Grassroots.
Yes. Last year we did it in the state.
Okay.
This year we wrote to the mayors of the 17 local governments.
Okay.
We want to have a partnership with them through the HODs of Agric there. We want to do it in the local government.
Okay.
There are some other local governments that are so large
Okay.
that we even want to bring it down to the world.
Okay.
So what you are talking about, the person in the world is seeing it.
Okay.
Because we cannot come and speak all the grammar up.
Exactly.
If we don't domesticate whatever we are trying to do, is waste of time.
Exactly.
So we are going to we are in the grassroots establishing, but we want people to be responsible.
Okay.
We want when I'm talking about collaboration, when we're talking about business, you have your own part to play.
Okay.
The association has their own part to play. The government has their own part to play.
Okay.
Have you been able to do your own part? So that part get yourself in group.
Okay.
No, we are not used to that cluster here.
Okay.
It's new to us.
Okay.
So but we are kicking off with the ones that already understand what we want to achieve. Because we have gone to we have broken it down to the language we understand.
Okay.
Aiga, we are in Abia. Aiga because I know a lot of our farmers, they will be listening.
Okay.
So sometimes I not to be careful for the So what we want, but this is a global television. Understand? That's why we want to make it. Otherwise, we would have gone to our own language. We have made it to understand that we are coming down to the grassroots.
Okay.
What we are practicing, every training will be practicing it there.
Okay. Okay.
They are seeing it.
Okay.
If you are using organic,
okay,
like in Isingo Mafia, they are just not the harvest of the rice. We did organic rice.
Okay.
So we are able to show them.
Sure.
Some of them too much talk. You don't need to talk. You need to show. So the farm was divided into two. Use your normal chemical fertilizer on this one. Okay. Then use organic here. Okay. So they have been able to testify that this one gave them more yield. So I said, okay, when we test the rice, you know that the test is not the same.
Okay. Comrade Ogoji, Christopher Ogoji, what are your strengthening for partnership? Especially from foreign, are you getting strong partnership from foreign investors? Because we can see the last time, just a few clips that showed us that you and your team went to Brazil and you went to do some work. So what are you doing? Or what are your work movements to ensure that you get partners that can work with you, align with you, and to also align with the government of the day to ensure that we will be able to give the best agricultural produce and activities and privatization to the state and to the world at large? What are your course of movement for partnership?
Prof, let me tell you the truth. Having international partners is not a problem to any farmer. The question is, are you able to produce products of international quality?
Okay.
So most times, that has always been the big question mark. It's always your product is not exportable. It's not it's not certified. Does not meet the standard for exports. Well, what our chairman has tried in recent time to do is to still sensitize these farmers. Being someone that is vast, she has been to so many programs. There is one organized by the Turkish government in alliance with the other state government. There's a program that was attended by Afan Nigeria in Brazil recently. These are to pick their brain, to know the technical know-how, how it is done over there.
So does it mean that we don't have products that are up to world-class standard? That can be able to try? Because one time we've always had we exported cocoa. So what happened? The likes of our cocoa. Is it that our cocoa are no more world-class standard again?
No. See, there's something about standard. This is foreign currency. This is foreign exchange.
Okay.
For someone to move his money to you, that you bring products, he wants to be sure that when that product reaches him, it won't be of no use to him, it won't be useless to him.
Okay.
Because most of these products are used by companies that use agricultural feedstocks to now refine for the end users.
Okay.
If it is something that their own standard does not meet their own standard over there is no need bringing it in the first place. It will be a waste of capital. So what we are working at now is sensitize our farmers and teach them, organize programs. And some of these are programs we will bring the organizations that are in charge of these standards so that they will come around and use this variety use this farm input, use this type of fertilizer, like she rightly said, so that your product will be what? Standards, will be able to compete in the international marketplace.
Okay, let me give to Bunda. Before we round up, I want to ask this question. The strength of partnership you've had with the government. Are you seeing a forthwith? Are the farmers really having the moment to celebrate that they are given that playing ground, that availability of space to be able to do agriculture well, and with the facilitation of getting the right produce clusters from the agency via the government to be able to get, agricultural activity or produce done? Then secondly, your partnership with other countries. We saw you go to Brazil and with some of your team. Are we likely to see more of partnership, building the strength? And also, what is your technicality in ensuring that our produce, because we've seen that in few times you've resumed office, so much work and activities. How do we make our own products become world-class standard, acceptable, that can be exportive, so that we can be able to generate profit, not just for the state, and also for the nation?
Right. What we just saw at Brazil, you saw the national president of Farmers Association of Nigeria, Dr. Farouk Rabi Mudi, in signing an MOU with the Brazilian farmers group. That exhibition you saw there was conducted by the cooperatives.
Wow.
Cooperative
Wow.
in Brazil.
Wow.
They were able to. They were once where we are today, but they passed here, and during the General Assemblies of Farmers that took place last at January, they came. The Brazilian farmers president came in our midst, so they were happy, and they gave us that invitation to come and learn how they did it. How were they able to go through both political bottleneck, a lot of things, a lot of factors are limiting farmers in the nation. It's not what you're going to discuss here, but it is obvious that there are a lot of bottlenecks, both politically and otherwise. So how were they able to scale out and try to? They are now self-sufficient in Brazil. They export. They are the highest exporter of beef to Saudi Arabia. They are doing a lot of exportation, and all those equipment you saw there. If you look at those equipment you saw there, they are being fabricated by Brazilian companies. So they are able to make use of both the youth, those who have a lot of things upstairs, because the younger ones, we are catching, subsequently, we have a lot of programs where we are going to capture even the teenagers, the youth.
To catch them
from secondary school. That was where I was captured too. Sometimes, sometimes in my secondary school, I was captured. That was where this passion grew. So we want to start. We want to start that thing that I benefited from. We want to start it from secondary school. We are establishing farms. We are establishing farmers club. Yes, we are reviving farmers club again. So that we'll be able to get these younger ones interested in agriculture. So there are a lot of innovative brains we have, and the younger ones. Because when you have a problem, the ability for you to be able to get a solution to that problem, that's what makes it make it viable, make you become rich. You have solved this problem. You understand? You make money through it. So there are these younger ones, these younger ones, they have a lot of ideas in them. So how do we harvest those? Is by bringing programs that will that will challenge them and engage them. So by so doing, that's what we are. That's what we are doing. So in this partnership, we are able to start have an MOU. So very soon they will be coming in. We have one we signed with the Chinese companies. Then we have the one with Turkish companies. That they are coming. We are coming to partnership. But then when we now come, they have their standards. Like we rightly said, it's not that apart from political bottleneck, like somebody was saying that the yam they sell in Canada is yam from Nigeria, but you can't export direct from Nigeria. It goes through Ghana. They say it's Ghana yam. Ghana gare, Cameroon gare. It's not true. They pass through here. The pepper, the ordinary soca pepper that came from the east here. Do you understand? The other people have already Why? Because there is this limitation. So how do we break? And it's part of what Afan has come to do. So subsequently now we are going to see this partnership, and where we have to come out and tell ourselves the truth. We have to be self-sufficient, and we have whatever it takes. Like when you are saying other states have the highest rice beds in Southeast. Yes, that have not been cultivated or utilized.
Wow.
So we are making an arrangement with some of these communities, so that by this year ending, all the rice that will be eaten in Abia State will be produced in Abia State.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
From Abia State has the capacity. We have the land, we have the responsibility, whatever it takes. I know that by the time we make once we are done, the government of the state, His Excellency, is watching. He's interested. Do you understand? Our governor is a businessman. He knows what. Yes. So as what are we going to do? We are talking about. So we want to get the only issue we had is our people to be able to understand, to see that this is where we are going to. This is where we are. This is where we are going to. We have to overcome this and get to that place. These other people we are understanding. These people we are partnering with. We are there now. They are okay. So what do we do? So we are able to get ourselves in order. And I think His Excellency is watching to see how our coordination. So by the time he's satisfied that these people are ready to do this business, I know.
So that means from here and this footnote, you are saying that the agency are getting the full needed support from His Excellency.
Yes.
And you are all in support of his leadership.
Yes.
And the government of the leadership of Dr. Alex Muti is giving so much positivity in the area of agriculture.
I'm not trying to cut you short.
Okay.
A lot of investors are interested.
Are you saying
yes?
Are you saying he has
made the environment? He has given a level environment.
So are you saying
both the infrastructure, all the things he has built on ground?
Yeah.
A lot of people are Abia State is in the what year? Do you know you might get surprised? The Brazilian farmers president, they were interested in Abia State.
Wow.
When they want to come to Abia State, they have heard so much about Abia State. Everybody wants to come here. Why? Because there are things. The security is here. The infrastructure is here. The governor is saying, come.
So that means we are seeing in the agricultural sector, they are saying on your mandate we stand for His Excellency.
Yes, sure.
Dr. Alex Muti.
Yeah, sure.
And his return should be a very positive one, so there can be continuity in the area of agricultural produce and activities.
Sure. We have not had it like this before.
Thank you so much. Very much. Thank you so very much, Lady Gift Ogbonna, for coming to the show. She is the chairman All Farmers Association of Nigeria, Abia State chapter. Thank you for coming to the program. We really appreciate you for coming. And also, Comrade Christopher Ugoji, the zonal representative of Abia South for All Farmers Association. It's good to see you. You guys look good. It shows that we're looking someday, somehow, we should be looking at agricultural produce being like Abia State being #1 in the area of agriculture with your agency, working so hard to ensure that we thrive.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming to the program. We hope to see you next time again.
Thank you.
Today we'll come to the end of the program because it has been a wonderful time having these two special guests who are agricultural analysts and professionals who have been able to tell us and enlighten us on the areas of agriculture and its effect, positive effect to the state and to the nation. Till next time, we'll see you again in this program of the Good Governance Hour. I still remain Professor David Uduma. Please don't leave the dial next time when we come. Bye-bye.